It's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, episode 720, and I'm Dr. Neil Malik. Hey there, happy Friday, and welcome to another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, where I answer your health questions related to fitness, diet and nutrition, and more. You send in the questions, and I answer them for you. And today's a little extra special for me and my family because it's my niece's birthday. So I want to wish my niece a very happy birthday. Now, if you're new here and are wondering why should you bother sending me a question, is Dr. Neil just a nickname or do you really have your doctorate in something? It's true, I do have my Doctor of Public Health degree with an emphasis in chronic disease prevention and nutrition. I also have my Master of Public Health degree with an emphasis in health promotion and health education. I'm also a registered dietitian nutritionist, a certified health education specialist, and a certified exercise physiologist through the American College of Sports Medicine. I've published research, I presented at national conferences, I've been featured in over 70 different media outlets for my expertise on nutrition, health, wellness, exercise science, stress management, all the stuff I talk about on this show. I also hold 3 different faculty positions. One of those is where I serve as chair of the Department of Nutrition and Basic Sciences at Bastyr University, California, where I'm also faculty. All right, so enough about me. Let's hear today's question as we optimize your life.
Hi, my name is Jeanette from Colorado Springs, and I was calling because I had listened to the podcast on variety in your workouts, and I was wondering how often I should add variety on a monthly basis. I do strength training 3 times a week, and I always do the same routine every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I occasionally, about once or twice a month, do a body pump routine, and that always creates DOMS, or the feeling of DOMS for me. So I'm wondering if I should increase that more, or is it okay to do my same routine, which is a little shorter every morning, and then once or twice a month do body pump. Thank you so much. Love your podcast. Thanks.
Hi, Jeanette from Colorado Springs. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for your question. I have to start by giving you some credit. The fact that you work out consistently 3 times per week is pretty amazing. Look, it's not easy maintaining such a consistent schedule, so I commend you for this. Even though you may be performing the same routine each time, the fact that you are so consistent is fantastic. But it sounds like you're ready to mix things up a bit, and I do have some recommendations for how to go about that. In fact, the timing of your question is perfect because I just so happen to be preparing a lecture for my students on this very topic, and I discussed something called microcycling. Don't worry, I'll explain. Okay, so Jeanette, you mentioned you perform the same routine on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Then you also said once or twice per month you perform a body pump workout. Now, just to be clear, body pump training is basically a high-intensity workout. The focus is on moves using a barbell with high reps and light weight. So you perform moves like bench presses, squats, cleans and presses, shoulder presses, etc. And these workouts last anywhere from 30 up to 55 minutes. So, Jeanette, the fact that you incorporate these body pump workouts every so often is great. But as you mentioned, there is still room to add in some variety to your weekly routine. One of the things you can do is to keep the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule. So don't change that part, but change the types of workouts you do on those days. One of the easiest things you can do is to simply switch the order of your exercises. For example, whatever muscles you typically work out on Friday, shift those to Monday. The moves you normally perform on Monday then get moved to Wednesday, and so on. You can also modify the number of repetitions you perform for each set. Some days you can increase the weight you're using and as a result, decrease the number of repetitions. For example, let's say you normally perform 3 sets of 8 repetitions of biceps curls. To mix it up, do 5 sets, but only 5 repetitions each set. By only performing 5 repetitions instead of the 8 that you would normally do, you'll be able to lift a heavier weight. And if we do the math, you'll actually execute 1 extra rep by doing the 5 sets of 5 instead of the 3 sets of 8. You can also incorporate some of my favorite tricks, like pyramids and ladders. Using the bicep curls example, a pyramid would be you performing 10 reps, then 9 reps, then 8 reps, and all the way back down to 1. And you would increase the weight by a little bit as you decrease the number of reps. And ideally, if you can rest only 30 seconds in between each set, that would be great. If you performed these correctly, you would have completed 55 repetitions total of just that one move. In this case, using my example, it would be bicep curls. And if you still haven't gotten a big enough pump, you can go back down the pyramid by performing 1 rep at a heavy weight, then 2 reps at a slightly less heavy weight, then 3, and so on. You would decrease the weight as the repetitions increase. A ladder uses the same idea, but you don't change the weight. So you can perform 1 rep, then 2 reps, then 3, but you keep the weight the same. Another way to mix things up is to alter your rest periods. So if you normally rest 2 to 3 minutes between each set, rest for just 1 minute, or maybe 30 seconds like I recommended when performing pyramids or ladders. You can also change the types of exercises you perform. I've been using biceps curls as an example. These curls can be performed a number of different ways. You can do them standing, or seated with your back straight upright, or you can perform them at a slight angle where you're seated but leaning back slightly. You can also perform concentrated curls using a preacher bench. You can use an easy curl bar instead of dumbbells, or a barbell instead of dumbbells. The combinations are endless. Now, the American College of Sports Medicine often recommends something called microcycling to mix things up. Let me explain. Microcycles are basically 2 to 4 week periods of similar workouts, but increasing the intensity from one workout to the next. Here's an example of a microcycle program. Microcycle 1. For 4 weeks and for all of your major muscle groups, perform 3 to 5 sets of each exercise with the goal of performing 12 to 15 reps. After you do this for 4 weeks, you would then move on to microcycle number 2. Over the next 4 weeks, and for all of your major muscle groups again, perform 4 to 5 sets of each exercise with the goal of performing 8 to 10 repetitions. So here, the goal is to use a heavier weight when compared to the previous 4 weeks. So then, you would again follow this microcycle for 4 weeks and move on to microcycle number 3. Now you perform 3 to 4 sets of each exercise with the goal of performing only 4 to 6 repetitions. Note, only 4 to 6 reps, so you need to use a heavier weight here. You would then follow this program for 4 weeks and then move on to the last microcycle, microcycle 4. Perform 3 to 5 sets of 1 to 3 repetitions. So here again, we're increasing the weight so that you can only perform 3 repetitions max per set. Once you've completed these microcycles, you can then go back to your regular routine and see how much you've improved. As you probably figured, Jeanette, the possibilities are endless. Feel free to try out just 1 or 2 of these suggestions. I don't recommend you try them all out at once. See what suits you best, and then, after a while, try one of my other suggestions and see how that goes. As long as you mix it up every so often, you're going to see more results. I wish you the best as you begin this journey. Thank you again for your question, Jeanette. You're going to be entered into a very small raffle every month to win a book. And if you want to be in the raffle, send me an audio question. Just come by oldpodcast.com/ask. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and call in your question. The number is 61 I love OHD. Both methods are in this episode's description, which you can find at oldpodcast.com. I hope you had a wonderful week. Thank you for listening every day and all the way through. Have a fantastic weekend. A very happy birthday to my niece again. I'll see you back here on Monday where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this show and Optimal Living Daily, the brother podcast of this one. Literally, I'm Dr. Neil's brother. If you like the format of this show, you'll love Optimal Living Daily too, where I also read to you from blogs, but cover other topics like personal development, finance, and minimalism from bloggers like Derek Sivers, The Minimalists, Zen Habits, and many more. So for more amazing content read to you for free, come subscribe to Optimal Living Daily too, and together we'll optimize your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Health Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.